Seniors, I want you to listen to me carefully because this might be the most important thing you hear today. Weak blood flow and poor performance down there after 60 is not just part of getting older. It's not just something you have to accept. In fact, most of the men I work with, good men, smart men, are unknowingly making things worse every single morning. And it starts with the very first thing they eat or don't eat. I've been in this field for more than 20 years, and I can tell you breakfast isn't just a meal, it's an opportunity. It's the moment your body is most ready to repair blood vessels, recharge, circulation, and kick your natural systems back into gear. But what are most men doing instead? They're grabbing a piece of toast, drinking a coffee, skipping breakfast altogether, or worse, choosing something so tactively shuts down blood flow to areas that matter most. Clean. That stops today. I'm Dr. Lauren Tate. I'm a board-certified specialist in men's health and age-related circulation issues. And I've helped thousands of men over 60 restore their vitality, their energy, and yes, their confidence early without expensive prescriptions or risky procedures. Andy, I'm going to walk you through the exact 3 foods that I personally recommend to my patients. They're simple, affordable, and sitting in your kitchen right now. These are not superfoods with exotic names you can't pronounce. These are real foods that, when used correctly, flip the switch on blood flow and give our body the raw materials it needs to perform like it used to. Stronger circulation, firmer response, warmer extremities, and energy that doesn't crash by lunchtime. But before we get into the foods, let me explain why this works. After age 60, your body produces far less nitric oxide. That's the molecule responsible for helping your blood vessels open up and allow flow where it's needed. Less nitric oxide for foods that restore blood flow means stiffer arteries, colder hands and feet, lower stamina, and less function during intimacy. That's not your fault. It's biology. But the good news is, there are specific nutrients found in everyday foods that stimulate your body's natural nitric oxide production and help repair blood vessels that have been silently breaking down over time. And when you combine these foods in the right way, especially during the first hour of your day, you can literally resuscitate your circulation from the inside out. You're not chasing temporary fixes, you're building long-term momentum. That's what we want. So, let's dive into food number 1, black beans food number 1. The first essential food to start with is black beans. Yes, simple, unglamorous black beans. Just 2 tablespoons in the morning can have a massive impact on your blood flow. Here's why. Black beans are packed with an amino acid called arginine. Your body uses arginine to create nitric oxide. That means wider arteries, better blood movement, and stronger function across the board. And it doesn't stop there. Black beans also contain magnesium, which helps your muscles, including the smooth muscle tissue around your pelvic region, relax and function properly. Tight, tense vessels can't carry blood efficiently. Magnesium helps loosen them up. On top of that, black beans are rich in anthocyanins, powerful plant compounds that reduce inflammation and protect the walls of your arteries from damage. That's critical because as we age, inflammation builds up in the blood vessels and starts to block normal circulation. These compounds help clean up that damage and make way for oxygen-rich blood to get where it needs to go. Let me tell you about a patient of mine named Gerald. He's 69, a retired firefighter, and he came to me frustrated. He said, "Doc, I feel like I'm fading. My legs cramp at night. My hands are cold, and the mornings don't feel like they used to." I looked at these blood work. His nitric oxide levels were low, and his circulation markers were showing signs of stress. So I asked him one question. "What do you eat in the morning?" He shrugged and said, "Usually coffee and maybe some toast." He got him off that plan immediately and had him start with a 4 cup of black beans added to his breakfast 3 times a week. He mixed it into scrambled eggs, sometimes tossed it into oatmeal. Within a month, the change was obvious. Warmer hands and feet, less leg cramping, and told me something I hear often. Mornings feel normal again. You don't need a lot to get results, but you don't need consistency. I always tell my patients, start with a small amount, about a 4-cup, rinsed and cooked properly. Soaking them overnight helps reduce the compounds that cause gas. And if you use canned beans, make sure you rinse them well to cut down on sodium. If you've got a history of gout or are sensitive to purines, keep your portion moderate. 1 or A. 2 tablespoon scans still do the job without trichorhingitis. And if you're on blood thinners, just be mindful. Though black beans are low in vitamin K, still smart to track what you're putting in your body now. If you're thinking beans for breakfast, that's weird. I get it. But I want you to think of black beans not as a meal, but as a circulation tool. You're not eating for comfort anymore. You're eating with a mission. And that mission is to feel strong, vibrant, and in control again. Let's move to food number 2. This one surprises a lot of men because they've eaten it before, but never realized how powerful it can be. Steel-cut oats topped with toasted almonds and pre-oaked chia seeds. Now, I'm not talking about those instant oatmeal packets with sugar and artificial flavoring. I'm talking a botryoidal, slow-cooked, steel-cut oats. Why? Because they're loaded with a special kind of soluble fiber called beta-glucan, and this fiber doesn't just lower cholesterol. It helps scrub your arteries clean, so that blood can flow more freely, especially to your lower body. Now, why is that important? Think of your blood vessels like a hose. If there's buildup inside that hose, like cholesterol plaques, less water gets through. Same with your arteries, and after 60. Most men have some level of lack that's narrowing those pathways. Steel-cut oats are like a gentle pressure wash for your arteries. Over time, they help clear out that sludge, which means more oxygen-rich blood can reach the tissues that need it most, including the pelvic floor, where our performance starts. But we're not stopping at just oats. The topping is what turns this into a true circulation powerhouse. Almond flakes bring in magnesium and healthy fats that your blood vessels crave. Magnesium helps regulate blood pressure, supports muscle tone, and keeps your cardiovascular stable. It also plays a key role on testosterone production, which supports energy and function, especially during intimate moments. Then we add chia seeds, but not dry. You soak them overnight in water or unsweetened almond milk, so they form a gel. Why? Because if that gel slows digestion, regulates blood sugar, and hydrates your digestive system, which improves absorption of the nutrients your arteries need. Plus, chia seeds are one of the best plant-based sources of omega-3 fatty acids, specifically ALA or alpha-linoleic acid. And ALA has been shown to reduce arterial stiffness, lower blood pressure, and even decrease systemic inflammation. That means smoother, steadier blood flow where it counts. Now, let me give you a case you'll relate to. One of my patients, Ron, age 66, was struggling with low energy, brain fog, and performance issues. He wasn't sleeping well, and he told me his mornings were basically a blur. He'd grab a muffin, drink coffee, and crash be for lunch. We swapped his morning routine. Instead of sugar and caffeine, he started making a bowl of steel-cut oats 3 times a week, topping it with toasted almond flakes and soaked chia seeds. That was it. It's nothing fancy. Within 3 weeks, Ron said, "Something touristing." He told me, "My legs don't feel heavy anymore, and I'm waking up with more purpose." I checked his labs. His LDL cholesterol had dropped, his blood pressure was lower, and his testosterone was climbing naturally. No medications, just real food working on his behalf. So here's how you do it, right? Cook a 2 cup of steel-cut oats. While that's simmering, toast a tablespoon of almond flakes. Then add a spoonful of chia seeds that you've soaked overnight. It takes 5 minutes. In food number 2, steel-cut oats plus chia and almonds morning. 5 minutes that can literally change the way your blood vessels function. And let me be clear, this isn't just about stamina in the bedroom. It's about improving blood flow to your legs, your brain, your heart, your entire system. Better blood flow means better energy, better movement, better sleep, and a better quality of life. Now, if you have a gluten sensitivity, make sure your oats are recertified gluten-free. Oats themselves don't contain gluten, but they can be processed in facilities that handle wheat. And for those watching their weight, almonds are calorie-dense, soon spoon is plenty. If you're diabetic, the combination of fiber, fat, and protein in this breakfast helps stabilize blood sugar and keep you feeling full and steady through lunch. No crashes, no mid-morning fog. You might be wondering why oat toast over eggs or bacon or toast, because oats, almonds, and chia seeds offer a synergistic effect. Together, they repair damaged arteries, reduce inflammation, and give your body the circulation reboot it desperately needs. Toast gives you empty carbs. Eggs are fine, but they don't have fiber. Bacon brings salt and saturated fats, but none have the vascular benefits you're looking for. This bowl of oats is more than breakfast. It's medicine in disguise. And here's a pro tip. Add a few blueberries or a dash of cinnamon on top. You're getting even more antioxidants and blood sugar control. And you're stacking the deck in your favor. Remember, the first hour after waking is your golden hour. Your body is in a fasted state, primed to absorb nutrients. Your blood vessels are more sensitive to repair. Don't waste that window. Use it to flood your system with the very thing it needs to rebuild strength and performance from the inside out. Now, let's talk about food number 3. And this one might surprise you, because it's not a food. It's a drink. But it's one of the most powerful tools I recommend for circulation and energy. And when used consistently, it can create rapid, measurable results. I'm talking about green tea, specifically high-quality loose-leaf green tea, brewed the right way, not bottled tea loaded with sugar, and not kind that's been sitting on a store shelf for months. What makes green tea so effective is a compound called EGCG, short for epi-galactocene galat. This natural caine activates a key pathway in your body that boosts nitric oxide production. It's the same molecule we've been talking about that opens up blood vessels and enhances blood flow to the areas you care about most. Now here's science. EGCG triggers something called the PI3K ACT signaling pathway, which ramps up an enzyme called endothelial nitric oxide synthase, or NS for short. That enzyme is what tells your arteries to relax and expand, allowing more blood to reach your pelvic floor, legs, and even your brain. That's why so many of my patients who drink green tea consistently report warmer hands and feet, improved endurance, and he's stronger, more dependably perform in the bedroom. And that's not theory. That's based on direct patient feedback and clinical data. Take Malcolm, one of my longtime patients. He's 72, a retired architect, sharp as a tack, but came to me feeling sluggish mentally and physically. His exact words were, "Doc, I'm slowing down and I didn't like it. Had tried multivitamins, protein powders, even caffeine pills, but nothing worked." He looked at his labs and lifestyle and saw that his afternoon routine was hurting him. Soda, processed, snacks, and no hydration. I told him to replace the soda with one thing: a cup of hot green tea, mid-morning or after lunch. That's it. No pills, no crazy protocols, just real tea twice a day. Within 3 weeks, Malcolm said he was walking longer without feeling winded, sleeping deeper, and his words, not mine, feeling more alive. Downstairs, we ran a duplex ultron to check his cavernous blood flow, and he showed a 15% improvement in peak systolic velocity. That's the actual speed blood is entering his lower arteries. For a man in his 70s, that's huge. And he did it without a single prescription. Here's what I tell a very own. If you're going to drink granetta, do it right. Don't boil it, Tadith. Use water that's around 175 to 180. Boiling water destroys the delicate cocoons you're trying to absorb. Steep it for 3 minutes, no more. Use a loose leaf, if possible, about 2 g per cup, and always go with unsweetened. If you want to supercharge the effect, add a squeeze of lemon. The vitamin C enhances CACin absorption by nearly 300%, which means more nitric oxide, more relaxed vessels, and better flow rate when you need it. Now, I know some worry about caffeine. Green tea does contain some, but it's far less than coffee. And the presence of L-theanine green tea helps keep the stimulations mild and steady. No jitters, no crash. It actually enhances focus while keeping your nervous system calm. That's why monks have used green tea for Santoriesto support, meditation, and clarity. You're not just improving circulation, you're upgrading mental performance too. A few quick notes. If you're on blood pressure medications or ID medications like sildenafil, space your green tea out by at least 2 hours. Green tea cations can interact with liver enzymes, so giving your body time to process everything keeps things smooth. Also, if you're taking statins or have liver issues, stick to under 4 cups per day. More isn't always better. You want to nourish, not overload. If you're still thinking green tea is just flavored water, think again. In one clinical study, just 1 cup of green tea increased artery dilation by 30% within 2 hours. 30%. That's a meaningful change in how your blood vessels behave under pressure. And here's what that means in real life. Better response time, stronger firmness, and less efforto. Get things moving when the moment is right. I've had men tell me their blood pressure dropped, their energy smooths food number 3, green tea, out. And their morning confidencer churned within weeks of adding green tea to their daily routine. Let's be clear, this isn't magic. It's chemistry. Your body responding to real bioavailable nutrients the way it's designed to. When you pair green tea with the right breakfast, like black beans or oatmeal, you're compounding the effect. You're giving your cardiovascular system multiple pathways to increase nitric oxide, reduce inflammation, and improve blood vessel flexibility. That's the trifecta of circulation support. And when you get it right, your body knows what to do. Now, you might be wondering, can I drink green tea cold? Sure, but make it fresh. Don't rely on bottled versions from the store. Those usually have degradacocins and added sugars. Brew it hot, let it cool, store it in a glass bottle in the fridge, and drink it within 2-4 hours. That way, you still get the full benefit. So, tomorrow, here's your plan. After your black bean breakfast or your oat chia combo, make a cup of green tea. Drink it slowly. Give your arteries the early morning boost they've been craving. And if you're planning to be intimate later in the day, have another cup about an hour beforehand. That short-term vasodilation effect can make a real difference in responsiveness and performance. This isn't hype, it's nature doing what it's always done. You just have to give it the chance. Your body hasn't forgotten how to perform. It just needs the right signals. Green tea, one of those signals. And when used wisely, it's one of the most powerful, most overlooked tools in your entire kitchen. Now, let's talk about food number 4. It's small, it's sweet, and it's often sitting right there in your fridge or freezer. Blueberries button, let their size fool you. These tiny dark blue fruits are some of the most potent circulation boosters nature has ever produced. 1 handful of blueberries in the morning can set off a powerful chain reaction inside your body, expanding your blood vessels, reducing inflammation, and increasing exin delivery to the muscles and tissues that matter most. Let's get straight to it. Blueberries are rich in anthocyanins, plant compounds that act like many repair agents for your arteries. These anthocyanins activate nitric oxide, the same molecule your body uses to relax blood vessels and send blood where it's needed. But here's the kicker. They don't just increase nitric oxide, they also protect it. Anthocyanins prevent oxidative stress from destroying nitric oxide before it can do its job. That means more of it gets to your groin, your legs, your heart, exactly where it belongs. Arissa, story I'll never forget. One of my patients, Carl, 70 years old, former frefter, tough guy, came in with phage and low confidence. He'd been wand meds for years and thought that was just the way it had to be. I asked him one simple question. When was the last time you ate real fruit for breakfast? He laughed and said, "What? Like a banana 10 years ago?" We made one small change. He added 1 cup of frozen blueberries to a bowl of plain Greek yogurt 3 mornings a week. That weighs it. Number pills, no powders, just fruit. Fast forward 2 months, caused blood pressure dropped by 7 points. His fasting glucose improved and his wife called to thank me. Why? Because mornings got better. His energy, his responsiveness, his attitude, it all started shifting. It's what food can do when you give it a job to do. And blueberries, they get to work fast. Clinical studies show that within just 12 hours of eating a cup of blueberries, arterial function improves measurably. We're talking about up to a 2% increase in flow-mediated dilation, which basically means your blood vessels are opening wider, faster, and more efficiently. That 2% may sound small, but let me tell you, in vascular science, it's a big deal. A 2% increasing artery flexibility can translate to real-world benefits like better stamina, stronger performance, and quick recovery after activity. Over time, that kind of daily support adds up. And we're not just talking about short-term effects. Regular blueberry intake has been shown to lower systolic blood pressure, support insulin sensitivity, and even reduce plaque buildup in the arteries. That's the long game. That's circulation protection for years to come. So, how to use blueberries the right way? First, make them a habit. You don't have to eat them every day, but 3 to 4 mornings a week is a solid goal. Frozen is just as good as fresh, sometimes better because the nutrients are locked in at peak ripeness. Add them to oats, Greek yogurt, or ASMOOTHIE. Just don't douse them in sugar. They're sweet enough on their own, and sugar cancels out the very benefits we're trained to unlock. Now let's talk about a few safety notes. Blueberries are low in vitamin K, which means they're generally safe for folks on blood thinners like Warren. But if you've had kidney stones or struggle with high oxalate levels, start with half a cup and work up from there. Blueberries do contain oxalates, which can contribute to stone formation in some people. That's aid for most men. They're completely safe and incredibly effective. And here's something else you probably didn't know. Your body doesn't just use anthocyanins as is. It metabolizes them into powerful compounds like protocholic acid and vanillic acid, which influence gene expression. That's right. These metabolites actually help regulate pathogens responsible for vascular tone, inflammation, and immune function. In simple terms, blueberries don't just support blood flow today. They train your body to improve blood flow tomorrow, the next day, and the next. Now, let me paint a picture. Imagine your arteries like a network of highways. Every morning you eat blueberries. It's like sending out a maintenance crew to fix potholes, widen lanes, and smooth path for traffic, your blood to flow. And that traffic doesn't just go to your heart or your brain. It goes to your groin, your legs, your spine, areas that tend to lose function first with age. But here's the thing, you don't feel that damage right away. It creeps in slowly. Slower recovery after exercise, colder feet, weaker responsing intimacy. And by the time most food number 4, blueberries men notice, the damage is already deep. Blueberries help reverse that quietly, steadily, and powerfully. An orthopedic of mine, Jean, age 68, started a simple morning routine. Half a cup of blueberries mixed into overnight oats. After 4 weeks, he said his morning walks felt easier. After 8 weeks, his wife said he'd become more playful again. That's the power of circulation. It's not just about physical function. It's about your mood, your confidence, your connection with the people you love. And that all starts with what's on your plate. So, here's what I want you to do. Starting tomorrow, grab a cup of blueberries. Toss them into your breakfast. No need to overthink it. Don't wait for the perfect moment. There's power in the habit. Kuzavori. Time you nourish your arteries, you're telling your body, I'm not giving up. I'm still in this fight. That 1 cup is your daily defense against stiffness, fatigue, and fading performance. It's also your reminder thought age doesn't have to steal your vitality. Not unless you let it. And if you don't like blueberries, there are other options. Blackberries, raspberries, dark cherries, but blueberries lead the pack when it comes to ANSI and concentration and proven vascular benefits. Keep them simple. Jam. No blueberry muffins. Yao Wind. The real fruit, intact and loaded with antioxidants. Your body knows how to. Now you've got 4 foods on your side. Black beans, steel-cut oats with chia and almonds, green tea, and blueberries. Each one supports nitric oxide in a unique way. Each one fights inflammation. Each one works with your body, not against it. Together, they form a powerful system that restores circulation, boosts energy, and reunites the strength you thought was gone. Bring this home. You now know the 4 powerhouse foods that can jumpstart circulation, increase nitric oxide, and bring energy and confidence back into your mornings. Black beans. Steel-cut oats with chia seeds and almonds, green tea, and blueberries. Each one on its own can make a meaningful difference. But together, they are complete circulations, system built from real food. No pills, no guesswork. But here's what really matters now. How you use them. Because, listen, knowledge doesn't change your body. Action does. I've seen men set on the right advice for months and stay stuck. And I've seen others, Maki and small, change the very next morning and feel momentum return. So here's my challenge to you. Don't wait. Start tomorrow morning, not next week. Note after your next doctor's appointment. Tomorrow, your first hour after wakingness, the most important window for your circulation all day. Why? Because your blood vessels are more sensitive, your hormones are recalibrating. Your muscles are ready to absorb nutrients. Faint, your body is deciding how it's going to perform. Not just physically, but mentally, emotionally, intimately. So, what you put on your plate matters. It's either building blood flow or it's silently stealing it. That means skipping breakfast or grabbing something quick like toast and coffee. It's not neutral. That's a setback. You're remising your window. You're telling your body to tighten up, constrict, and brace for stress. But when you fuel with the right foods, you're telling your body open up, repair, deliver oxygen, rebuild strength. That choice repeated daily is how men in their 60s, 7 south, even 80s, begin reversing decline they thought was permanent. Let me give you the simple game plan. Tomorrow morning, pick just one of the 4 foods we discussed. Maybe it's a half cup of black beans stirred into your eggs. Maybe it's oatmeal with chia and almonds. Maybe it's a cup of green tea with lemon or a handful of blueberries on top of yogurt. Don't try to do everything at once. Start with one. Keep it simple. Keep it consistent. And here's the key timing. Eat within 60 minutes of waking up. That's when your circulation is most ready to respond. That's when your arteries are most open to instruction. And that's when your nitric oxide levels need the biggest lift. If you wait until you're starving or already stressed, you've missed the prime window. You can still eat later, but the impact is reduced. Early action equals maximum payoff. Now, some of my patients ask me, Dr. Tate, does it really matter if I'm a day? Of course not. Life happens. But remember this, your bottle listens 2 patterns, not perfection. One great breakfast won't fix everything. One missed day won't ruin everything. But what you do most often, that's waiter wires, your system. That's what teaches your body how to perform, how to circulate, how to heal. And I'll be honest, most men don't fail because they're lazy. They fail because they're how to start tomorrow morning impatient. They try something for a week, don't feel like a superhero and give up. Don't fall into that trap. You didn't lose strength overnight, and you won't gain it back overnight either, but stick with it for 3 weeks. 4. I've seen lives change. Seen medications reduced, intimacy restored, energy reborn, and not from magic, but from food timed right. Used with intention. Let's go back through your 4 foods one more time. First, black beans. Just 2 tablespoons providerginine, magnesium and fiber, which build nitric oxide and clean your arteries from the inside out. Second, steel-cut oats. They sweep away leal cholesterol, reduce inflammation, and provide steady fuel for your heart and groin. Third, chia seeds and almonds. Add them to your oats. They bring omega-3s, magnesium, and hydration, all crucial for strong blood flow and nervous support. Fourth, green tea. Brew it gently. Drink it slowly. It relaxes your vessels, lifts your energy, and protects nitric oxide from breaking down. Fifth, blueberries. A cup of these little giants protects your arteries from oxidative stress and improves their ability to expand and deliver oxygenic blood to the areas that matter most. Together, this is more than a meal. It's a strategy, a way to wake up every day and feed your strength, not your fear. You're not powerless. You're innate, washed up. You're not at the mercy of your age. You are in this very moment fully capable of changing your direction. I've seen men in their late 80s walking into my office smiling like teenagers again. Not because they beat clock, but because they stopped fighting biology and started working with it. They made peace with their bodies and decided to become partners in their own health. No shame, no panic, just small daily wins that lead to massive change over time. What you're doing. Final advice from Dr. Lauren Tata here isn't just about performance. It's about identity. It's about showing yourself and the people who love you thought you're still in the fight. That you still want to feel strong, connected, present, and proud. So tomorrow, I want you to make a decision. Just one. Choose to start. Choose to pick up your fork and put down the excuses. Choose clarity, choose confidence. Because this next act of your life, it deserves the best version of you. And you know what? Your body is ready. It's just been waiting for your signal. Says Dr. Lauren Tate with Tranquil of Health Seniors, reminding you that age is not the enemy. Neglect is. But with the right tools, the right food, and the right mindset, there is still so much strength left in you. Strength that's waiting to rise. If you'll found value here, keep building. Stay consistent, stay curious, and above all, stay in motion. You're not just improving your breakfast, you're rewording your story. And I can't wait to see where it leads.